Hanging out, man. We're doing this. Is
it.
like we've always wanted to do like the podcast kind of setup.
I love it.
But here we are. So Shannon, we've been running and gunning for a long time now.
We have.
I think like November, December. We started doing some really fun stuff. Explain to you the Mortgage Authority Lab from your perspective as a mortgage advisor. What kind of stuff is done for you month over month? What happens in your world, in your ecosystem, and how does it benefit or affect your business?
There's not enough good things I can say about it, to be honest with you, from film editing to the topics we cover to even the lighting and how each message is conveyed has put me on a track. Like from when I was doing videos myself, my videos are crisper, they're cleaner, they're better, the content's better. It's reaching a wider variety of audience. It has been so impactful in my business and has helped me out. It's helped me just reach a lot more people. And the feedback that I've gotten has been amazing.
That's like the most important part, isn't it?
Yes.
Is like how it's making you feel and how it's making your partners feel in the marketplace. It's what I've been calling authority, right? You're bringing authority to your marketplace. So you're in multiple marketplaces. You're in Fort Lauderdale, you're in Tallahassee, but you're also licensed in 7 different states.
Yes.
So that's really awesome that you're able to reach the internet, which is the World Wide Web. So you don't have to be hyper focused on just Tallahassee or be knocking on doors or making phone calls to local people. You can work with people from all over 7 different states.
Correct.
Which is pretty cool. What are those 7 states that you work in?
Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, and Texas.
Excellent. So from what I hear is what I would hear if I was a mortgage advisor, I'm going to listen to this and I'm going to say, okay, so they're doing all of this stuff. You were saying editing and posting and you're learning how to do all the different lighting and all the different stuff. I would assume if I was a mortgage person, I'm playing devil's advocate right now, that the cost must increase kind of month over month. You're probably chasing a marketing budget. You're probably chasing leads. You're probably doing all these different things. So maybe in the beginning it started at a few thousand, but now, 7, 8, 9 months later, the budget probably went up higher and higher every single month, right?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Did it change?
Nope.
No, didn't change at all. Do we put more into the bucket every month?
We do.
Do you ask for things from the Mortgage Authority Lab that might not have been in the original wheelhouse?
It's funny that you asked that question because I don't ask for more. More is just given. I don't know. I know mortgages, right? I don't know anything about the behind the camera work, right? And the behind the camera work is the stuff that I don't even know how to ask. Like I don't know how to ask to make things better.
Right.
Better just comes.
Let's go. I like that.
Yes.
And what I've noticed from sales professionals' perspective is like you're a leader. You have obligations. You have business that you have to attend to. You have operations. You have so many different things that you have to deal with day in and day out that marketing is the last of the things that you want to deal with. Ironically enough, I'm going to speak to people who might not be in the journey, in their sales journey, like where Shannon is. Now, Shannon's been doing this for many, many years. He's got a ton of experience. He's doing this at an exceptionally high level. The thresholds that we've discussed for this type of program is probably like a $10 million annual producer. It's kind of like a minimum type of conversation. So if you're not producing in that wheelhouse, this conversation sounds silly. Why wouldn't you just go work on your own marketing, go do your own stuff? But when you get over that $10 million threshold is when it becomes very difficult. Now, let's not talk about marketing. Just paint a picture of what a mortgage day is like for you. You start at 5, 6, 7 a.m., 4 a.m., what happens with I'm doing it right now. I'm giving you guys the thing. It's like, what happens? Paint a picture of a day for me.
Well, the one thing I definitely want to touch on, and the one thing that gives me the most, I would say, out of everything that, that the Authority Lab does is it puts a lot more time back into my day, right? Because I've done this marketing on my own. I've tried to shoot videos on my own, tried to come up with the topics, tried to do the editing, tried to do, you try to do all of this stuff to make, because let's face it, every person in almost every industry because of social media has become quasi content creators. That's you can't be in almost any profession without being some sort of content creator. Now, sales is no different. But what the Authority Lab has given me is time to put back in my day to focus on other things, because between the phone calls and the emails and people need certain things at certain times, and my day to day is never a set schedule. It never is. Like, there might be things that may have to take priority in certain days, like somebody's closing this morning at 9 o'clock that you need to be prepared for. Somebody's closing tomorrow, or somebody just went under contract and you need to have conversations. All of these things, when you're busy, take precedence, and the thing that kind of takes the back seat, let's face it, is marketing. It just does.
And it's wild with salespeople too. What ends up happening is, because you want to be high level and because you want to be a top producer, or you want to be the best within your industry, it kind of consumes you, and that's all you become. Like, it defines you. You become just a mortgage advisor. Like, you don't get to be the workout guy anymore. You don't get to be the marathon man, the running guy. You don't get to travel as much. You might not be going to as many dinners with your family or with your loved one. Or that's the slippery slope, that if you don't focus on that full quality of life and how to be a professional, it's very difficult. So that's one of the things that the Mortgage Authority Lab brings to the table, is you get to interact with people like Shannon, so that they can tell you how they brought the quality of life back into their life, where Shannon's still able to operate at a high level, execute loans at a high level, still have his quality of life, travel, be a marathon guy, be a workout guy, but that last bucket, that real estate ecosystem, it's done for him. It's taken care of for him, so that he can reap the benefits for his business. It's kind of a psychology shift where, if you're a young salesperson, you're thinking, man, how do I get to be number one? It's marketing, because you want to eventually turn those into sales. But you've psychology shifted this. You've been able to turn yourself into a resource for your real estate partners. So let me ask you a question, and all these questions were not scripted. We literally just finished a media day. We sat down. I'm throwing some stuff at Shannon that might be clunky. It might not feel like a polished video, but that's actually not what this is meant to be. The videos that you create and the media you create, have any real estate professionals come to you and said that they learned from you, or
Yes.
that they watched something independently on their own that you might not have given to them, and they came to you and said, I watched this video and that was I learned a lot?
Yes, absolutely. I get feedback like this all the time. Realtors will call me, say, "Hey, I watched your video. I just passed that along to my client. I got a lot of this. I didn't know this about the industry. You taught me something every day." It allows me to embrace technology in a sense where, if somebody has a question on something, I don't have to take 20 minutes to explain it to them. I can send them a link. Hey, here's my YouTube video. Here's this. I explained this in a video. Take a minute, watch that video. Let's reconnect. I will say, just to quantify this from a lot of mortgage professionals that may watch this video, you can't look at this like an expense. You have to look at this as an investment in time. As I mentioned before, I was trying to do a lot of this myself and fumbling through it. And it led to a lot of frustration, because I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm not good at. So it put a lot more
like pressure on the day to day.
Put a lot more pressure on the day to day. But working with the Authority Lab took all that pressure away. We come in, we shoot once a month, and for that month, all of my content's created. Videos, reels, everything.
Another cool thing. You can speak to those frustrations to me each month. We don't really realize that, because I do this as the Mortgage Authority Lab, and I also do this as the super agency. And the super agency has some pretty best-in-class clients. We have the number one USHA team in the United States. We have at one point was the largest exotic dealer in the United States. We also offer hard money lending. So the brands we work with, I tend to be with very high level. They're multimillionaires, billionaires, everything else. I hear their frustrations. They share it with me from time to time. And what I fuel that frustration into is marketing and resource and opportunity, where you say, I can't believe I had this conversation, or I can't believe this loan might have gone in this scenario. And I say, well, that's an opportunity to teach. Right. So I think one of the coolest parts is that you can still be heard. You can still get your frustrations out, but this puts it into a more role-playing resource type of way, where instead of going and grabbing a coworker and saying, how would I work through this, or can we role play through this, or what would you do? You can turn on the camera and do exactly what we're doing right now, and like role play through it and say, like, this is what happened, and this is have you experienced this scenario out there? So I think that's one of the coolest parts of this, in my personal opinion, is being able to be heard, and then fuel what would be sidelining frustrations or things that would slow us down day to day. And we could say, hey, are you having this experience too? And then 9 times out of 10, I'd say 10 out of 10, people are like, heck yeah, I'm having that same thing, And I also want to say, we're going to be rounding the corner here. We'll wrap it up. We are on a Saturday. All right. Shannon's going to be heading back to Tallahassee. My glasses are provided by Yes Glasses. That's not a plug. They are prescription glasses. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm that cool, that I'm like being a cool guy with my glasses on. These are prescriptions, so they do help me to see. I am an older guy, so they are progressive. So I do have the progressive look going on, being able to see the camera and being able to see the microphone. So
there's 2 points I want to make there's 2 points I want to leave you guys with in regards to the Authority Lab. And this is something that I think every loan officer and how every loan officer should be looking at this, right? Marketing is not something that's should be looked at as an expense, nor should it be looked at, when you have time, right? Because every loan officer goes through the roller coaster, right? You get busy, you stop marketing, you get slow, you start marketing, you get busy, you stop marketing. It's a constant
gaps between deals,
right?
The gaps between deals, and you guys all know them. And if you don't know them, you're not operating at a high level, because it happens, right?
So I want to leave you with this. Number one, you should be looking at this as an investment in your future, and I say that for two reasons. Number one is, if I had to quantify it, I probably have gotten about 40 to 50 hours a month back into my schedule, just working with the Authority Lab.
I've lost 40 to 50 hours. Right. Now I have to do all that work. But
I've gained it. So
now I have to do all the work, but whatever.
So it's time that's invaluable to me. And there is an investment that I made in my time to create just better content, right? That's the first thing. So look at it as an investment, not as an expense. The second thing is using the power of technology. I've been in this business a long time. I've been in this business for 25 years. I was in this business in the days where you knocked on realtor door offices and you invited them to coffee and you invited them to this and I got more doors slammed in my face than I care to admit to, right? However, working with the Authority Lab, with the content that we're putting out, with the quality of the content we're putting out, has allowed me to get into offices, especially in the other states I'm not licensed in, has allowed me to get into offices and grow my business using the power of technology, using the power of social media, and using that to bring everybody closer together. I've actually made invaluable relationships because of the content that we're putting out, which just continues to grow. And I'm growing without investing the extra time and actually getting more hours back into my month, so I can do other things like running and watching football and just being with my family, and that's just stuff that's just an invaluable thing for me that really could not have an expense tied to it.
I love it. I mean, that's it. And I'm not selling you on anything, so I just want you guys to know there is free stuff available. You guys can get out there. You can join our school. We do have an Authority Lab where real estate professionals, title professionals, anybody who's in that real estate ecosystem, even mortgage advisors, you guys can come in and come check it out. I have to tell you that collaboration happens at the top. There's no competition up there. If you're in a scenario where you're competing with other people, I know that you're early in the spectrum of your sales career, because you do compete at the beginning. I mean, you have to make a name for yourself. You have to put yourself out there. There are going to be a lot of sharks in the water that are not going to want you to get their food. That's an analogy, But when you do get to the top and you do become one of those sharks, I assure you, sharks are not eating sharks out there, right? You kind of have to find your own feeding ground, find your own area to be successful. And I think that that's one of the most important aspects of all of this, is we're not speaking to the person who's new in the career on the mortgage. We're here to teach you. We want you to learn. I want you to listen to what he says. I want you to steal the scripts. I want you to swipe and adapt. I want the iron to sharpen iron, all those amazing things, because that's not what we're charging for. What we're charging for is to make you the authority within your area, to make you the person who's echoing down that hallway and resonating with other like-minded professionals. So again, if you're still in that competition mode, this is definitely not the place for you, because we're not here competing. We are 100% collaborating, and it's not free deals and free information. It's collaborating in a way that's going to, everyone's cart is going to move forward. So
exactly,
leave them with something. People are going to think this is like a set. Leave them with something good. I realize my best ofs aren't on up here, so I'm going to put those back.
I'm going to leave you with this. Is the biggest thing that the Mortgage Authority Lab has taught me is it's allowed me to put myself out there in ways and in structures and avenues that I would have never thought of before. It allows me to get closer to my real estate partners, to the community, and I'm not the one having to do it all. It's done for me in a way that's forward-thinking, technology-driven, and allows me to reach a greater audience without having to do the work myself.
I got to put the best ofs back on.
There you go.
So, when you come to the studio here, you visit here, what do we do?
When we, honestly, when I get here, we spend our first hour brainstorming. How is the content going to look? Do we have the scripts written correctly? Is this what we want to say? You know, there's a production that takes place so that the content that goes out to the market is correct. It's advertised well. We know it's clear. We're clear in what we want to say, and that we have all of the right angles so that it looks catchy, so that we can communicate that to the market and allow, you know, that's all before we film. Then once we film and we get our scripts and everything correct, it's literally, we're reading off the teleprompter, you know, everything moves in a nice even flow, and
so someone joins your team, someone joins you as a person who's getting into mortgage advising, and they're like, man, I've been watching Shannon, I've been learning from Shannon. And when they get with Shannon, they're going to realize Shannon was not faking it.
Yeah,
Shannon was authentic the whole time. It's exactly who he is. They didn't come meet Shannon and Shannon's a dismissive guy or doesn't want to help you out. He's the exact same guy. Now, why did I get up and do all of this while he's explaining that? Because I want you to see the differences in spectrum. Yeah. I've been doing this for 20 years.
Right.
I don't really mind if you think I'm silly or you think I'm goofy or you think I'm cringy or you think I'm funny. What I'm going for is just for professionalism.
Right.
I'm not going for perfect. I'm going for professional. So we know we're shooting on a professional camera. We know we have professional audio. We know we look super cool. I know I can get up and walk around this set and create something different. So what I'm driving at is this is a scenario where no perfect people are allowed. So we're not creating a system for you that's going to put you into a box or make you be something that you're not. You're going to be you, right?
You're not delivering news anchors. You're delivering real content by real people.
Let's go. Let's go. So listen, I appreciate this. This was super cool. It was very impromptu.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because the set looks like way better now that we're here. These are the best of Fort Lauderdales that I've won. Won best of Fort Lauderdale for advertising, best of Fort Lauderdale PR, best of Fort Lauderdale videographer. That was over the course of, I'd say, the last 10 years. Over the course of the last 5 years, I've been blessed and able to work with people like Shannon. I mean, Shannon is an absolute juggernaut within this industry. He's a force, and there are a lot of them. So I want you to know, like, this is not a one-dimensional thing, or that I'm promoting Shannon as the number one guy, and then we're gonna have all these competition down there in the bottom. Remember, people are collaborating, so you probably have heard Shannon's name before. If you're a top producer, I assure you, he's probably seen your name as well. And I'll leave him with that each one teach one mentality, right?
Absolutely. Listen, if you want to see how the videos have come together, the finished product, go to loansforknowles.com. Check out the Authority Lab on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Check out Dukes all day. Really looking to see what he does, because he's helped me immensely, and I'm sure he can help you.
Let's go. All right, you got to get to football, right? Let's
do it.
FSU football, baby.
Let's do
that was
it.
the weirdest handshake. That was
the
weirdest handshake. Let's go.